You read the title right. Hypixel, I owe you an apology. I made a statement about you that I was so confident in that I had zero doubt it could actually be changed in any way, shape, or form, but so far, you've actually proven me wrong. And funny enough, I hope you keep proving me wrong, because it's making the server better. So some context as to what in the world I'm talking about. In a video from a little bit ago called Analyzing Hypixel's Biggest Issue, I had said a lot of things regarding the lack of improvement in a specific area, community interaction. And in said video, I'll admit that at some point, I was a bit brash. I went into this video so sure about things and made statements that I was absolutely 100% certain about. My third big suggestion for Hypixel in that video was to heavily improve community interaction, as I thought and still think it to be incredibly underwhelming. Community interaction is probably not gonna get better in 2024. That's one major department off the board before the year's even started. It's like a coach of a sports team that has their team go undefeated and win the championship in their first 2 seasons, but then the next 4 seasons roll around and they're all losing seasons and bottom 3 in the league. Is the Hypixel community doomed? Will we ever see a thread or post from a staff member again that isn't in the news and announcements section? At this point, the signs are all leaning towards a big no. I think it would be a miracle at this point if any improvement in this area happens next year. Hypixel's best chance at this point is an outside source, and even that's a double-edged sword, bringing in someone who probably has no clue what the Hypixel community needs right now, or if the team even wants to bring someone else in. It makes me happy that I deleted my forums account when I did, because I think that site and this whole community is not trending in a very good direction. It's the most robot I've ever seen the staff, and I was there for the cyborg staff. Bring back the humanity. Make community interaction a priority again. I name-dropped certain admins both in a bad and good context regarding their work on community interaction, and you just heard me outright say it. I believed that community interaction in 2024 was going to go on a massive downhill catastrophic spiral. We're halfway into January, and guys, I may have been completely wrong about it all. The other day, connorlinfoot, an admin I spoke positively of in said video, released a very unexpected thread on the forums called Minigame Developer Update. In this thread, Connor does exactly that. He starts with an introduction that caught me off guard. It hit me like an air horn. He says the goal of these threads is to keep players up to date with their current and future plans for the minigame team, and that anything said in these threads are subject to change. The specific words I want you to see are as follows. We want to open this new chapter of transparency with players, and in doing so, we want players to understand that anything we discuss may be delayed or even cancelled. Our goal, however, is to update players in one of these posts if this happens. What a statement. A new chapter of transparency? I think this may be the first time an admin has ever said that sentence anywhere on here. This appears to be in response to the slumber update in Bedwars last year, where Connor says that while happy with the update, confesses they needed to do a better job addressing the community, acknowledging the length of time between the specific update and when it actually came out with 0 word. This kind of correlates to other happenings, because another admin I mentioned in said video, Frozen, got a bad rap for me. Frozen, in the past, has shown to be cold and unforgiving towards his own staff when he was a staff manager, which I don't think would bode well when interacting with the community, if he even did that to begin with. When that video went up, he had 1 post in the last 8 months, and shortly after, if you take a look, he's now actually saying things to people. Look at that. It's getting weird because this is now the 2nd time I've brought up something in a video and it's been immediately addressed on the server. Admins, you're not watching my stuff and getting info from it, are you? I'd normally say that's far-fetched and it's probably just a coincidence, but Minnie has commented on my stuff before, so it's not implausible. Regardless, it's a good pattern, and if you are watching me, yo, maybe we can work out a YouTube rank deal? Just between us though. I hope you consider. So back to the thread at hand, they actually announced quite a lot in here game-wise. Again, it's all subject to change, but if everything said here ends up happening, Hypixel's eating good this year. Get ready for all of this. The TNT games are confirmed to be getting a big content update very soon into the new year, with a bunch of content for veterans of the game in the form of maps, achievements, cosmetics, and new cosmetic types to let players show off their stats. This update's also going to expand upon older features, which I'm looking forward to finding out what they mean by that. Also, out of absolutely nowhere, we got confirmation for a Mega Wars update? I mean, excuse me? That right there is not something one just drops with 0 warning. What is it, 2003? There's not much we know about the Mega Walls update yet, other than that it's in early development, contains changes to the draw system, some new skins and achievements, plus the addition of Prestige 5. I'm not an active Mega Walls player, so I don't feel much about it, but I feel thrilled for everyone who's stuck around for years and still hopes for something to spark in that game mode. This may be that moment. We shall see. Next up, another unexpected, well, maybe a little bit expected announcement. A Zombies update is coming. Zombies has always had a pretty sizable community community around it, normally being the most popular arcade mode at any given time, so it was very little surprise to me to see this be announced. It doesn't seem to have a whole lot being added, but there will be a few quality of life improvements as well as a new map addition. Exciting stuff. There's also a little update on seasonal events, announcing that the Lunar Cosmetics and Easter update for this year will be upcoming. That's surprisingly scarce IMO. I'm a little surprised they didn't announce anything related to the seasonal game modes, anniversary, none of that stuff, but we take what we get. Maybe we'll get something along the lines down the road on that. The server's gonna be 11 years old this year. Can you guys believe it? There's also another lobby that's been pretty dead for a while, but is confirmed to be getting some love this year. There will be at least a couple of new prototype game modes this year. While one is under wraps for now, the other is a sheepwars game jam game mode that was unveiled a few years back, but made to run in the current year. Based on old information, in this game mode, two teams face each other with different kinds of exploding sheep to see who's the last one standing. The islands are not connected, so you have to rely on the knockback from the explosions to defeat other players. Based on these pictures, it reminds me a lot of the RPG 17 game mode from party games, just with sheep, and the sheep all seem to have different effects rather than just exploding. Seems intriguing. I'll probably check it out when it's out, but I'd be surprised if this ever gets its own lobby. There's also a change happening to map rotations, more specifically the wait time between new maps. Map rotation wait time will be altered to 3 weeks now instead of weekly for the foreseeable future. This is to spend time focusing on improving the systems for said rotations and other internal map tools. It's also being used as an opportunity to see the effect this has and if they believe weekly rotations are potentially too often, so this might not be a permanent change. Alongside this, a little hint of some new arcade mode maps are announced, including Farm Hunt, Capture the Wall, and Mini Walls. Lastly, Connor brings us an update to the removal of the loot boxes on the server. The next stage in this is applying the same idea across various games that currently have them. This will likely be done one game at a time, and you'll see these changes rolling out over the coming months. So the loot boxes in Bedwars and Skywars, etc. are likely going away soon. Open yours while you can. Knowing the team is actively focusing on transparency for this year thrills me. Many players felt like their voices were getting lost for many years. This new approach from Hypixel hopefully changes that, and guess what? So far, it's working. It's been an overwhelmingly positive response from the community, and since that thread, we've had 3 patch notes in a 3-day span. Now, as happy as I am and all of that, I'm not going to be completely satisfied until I can see with my very own eyes that this is something they are truly committed towards. They can't just do this one thread and then say, well, that's it, bring it in everyone, we succeeded. They have to not only keep being at this level, but I'd even say I hope they keep taking it steps further throughout the year. The goal isn't just to answer questions, it's to build a bridge between the devs and the players. Hypixel, you've surprised me, and I'm genuinely happy to say that. I'm looking forward to seeing how these changes evolve and impact the server. Keep proving me wrong, because being wrong feels pretty darn good in this case. And to you guys watching, let's keep making sure they hold up their end, but also give credit where it's due. This is a step in the right direction, and it deserves recognition. What do you guys think? Will this go in the direction you want it to go, or have too many years of lackluster interaction given you PTSD? Let me know down below in the comments. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.